Welcome back to MCOC Al Bundy Rules. I got Act 5, Chapter 1, Quest 2 for you as I'm going back, helping out with completion on your road to Uncollected title. We're going to see here, the big thing we got to look out here is the breakthrough. The champion starts with plus 5,000 armor rating, but opponent reduces armor rating by 200 with each hit, meaning your hits are going to start off with less damage at the beginning. However, the more hits you get, the more damage you're going to get. So be patient, don't get hit. DOT could be helpful here too. You know, when I say DOT, just to re-emphasize, damage over time is what I mean. Someone like Iceman there could do some cold snap. Someone like, I brought A-Bomb in here along with the Red Guardian for synergy to do a little bit of extra damage. The other things that could help speed it up a little bit. I'm going to start off with Angela, as I was mentioning in my chapter 1 quest 1 5.1.1 walkthrough. Angela is a champ I've become extremely fond of since the buff. Got her as an R3 6-star as well. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to keep on racking up those hits. As I get those hits, you'll see the little red circle. Parry did not work there. Gotta love that parry bug still active. And go ahead, bait out and dex out the specials. And if you're not too familiar, getting used to baiting or some of the stuff I do, remember I have a few different videos including basic fighting skills, some more advanced skill video tips. Just click on my click on my playlist called Tips and or Strategy. You'll see a lot of good different techniques there that can help you that you'll just see me instinctively do throughout the fights. We'll see that file was nice, quick, easy, breezy. Not quite as quick as 5.1.1 because I had Flare Node there. And like I mentioned there, I like Flare Node because it just pretty much literally makes all the fights 3 times faster at 300% attack. I do enjoy that, and I don't mind the degeneration because there's ways to work around it. Again, making sure on the path along the way. What we got to look forward to. Going to start off with the Nightcrawler. I actually have you can just parry in heavy Nightcrawler, honestly, if you're worried about his evade. But I have 2 good counters. Odin, do an S1 and you get that True Strike would work good. But I decided to go ahead and go with Iceman instead because I figured I'd get that little DOT damage going on as well. With that Cold Snap to begin, as long as Cold Snap is active, Nightcrawler cannot evade me. So my goal is to try to change him stances while he can't evade. You see the timer? I kept hitting the block. It switched into swashbuckling. Now, I'm just going to be careful on the timer when he's in block stance and not switch him back. And now he can't evade me. Even when the ice is over, Cold Snap is over, he will not be able to evade me the rest of the fight, making it just a regular fight now. Go ahead and knock out that S2. Notice my attack damage is going to increase as we get more hits along the way. Keep doing some smackety da pow pows there. And very easy when you switch some stances, isn't it? And especially when you have that opportunity with someone like Iceman to switch the stance easily. He can't evade you, and you hit into the block. You're good to go from there. Nice simple strategy. I got all kinds of energy refills, got a whole bunch in stash that are going to be expiring in the near future, so I'll be using some while doing some of these walkthroughs. Abomination is someone I actually really like with the Red Guardian synergy. Some of you may have seen I've been doing a bunch of videos with him, including Cavalier walkthroughs, doing Cab EQ with my 4-star Abomination. He's my highest Abomination, and the synergy, and he just destroys it. A parry did not work there. I tried a parry, didn't work, still having that stupid silly parry, but what's it been, like 3 months now? I'm like, wow. Anyways, and all these silly excuses. Well, now I need to bait out this, but this synergy, you see all that damage, DOT, I figure this will be a really good champ and synergy for this fight because that DOT can help work around that armor issue right there. I don't know what happened. I was going in and I got intercepted. I don't know. I don't even know what happened there, but I took a hit. So this seemed like a kind of bug-ridden fight. Took more damage than I should have, but A-Bomb, especially with that Red Guardian synergy. I'm not planning on using Red Guardian, by the way. I brought him alone solely for synergy because I figured I could. I'm going to see that Black Bull coming up next. Get into this Black Bolt. Right over here, looking at who I want to use. He is poison immune, so I'm not going to bring A-Bomb. Won't be too useful on this fight. So I decided to go and break out good old Odin. And Odin took a couple hits as parry didn't work. Thank you, parry being broken for 3 months now? Alrighty. So here we go. So far it's kind of sloppy. Parry is just not really cooperating well with me at all in this fight. Taking more blocks and hits than I should, but oh well, we work around it. Again, if you're not familiar with how I'm using Odin, as I mentioned in a previously walkthrough, please check out my champ tutorial. I have a whole champ tutorial playlist. Lots of champs right there, but it will explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But here we throw that R3, that S3, special 3, smackety dab. Got Odin Force, get the energized going on. Redid those buffs. Gonna work my way back up to getting ready to end this fight right about coming up. Get those hits and was gonna work my way up to a nice S2, but didn't even need that S2. And gonna teleport portal on over. Take a look here. As we see that way, the same basic nodes. They're gonna go on up. Try to keep the nodes similar along the path for some easy completion to get you your Uncollected status. Decide to go ahead and use Angela. No real specific reason other than class advantage, especially in content like Act 5. If I got a class advantage, I usually like to go for it because it can make a big difference. Later content, sometimes yes or no as much, but I notice it can be pretty helpful, especially in earlier content, especially using 4 stars and stuff. That extra little benefit can be helpful. Definitely not a mandate, but I like to try to bait out Hulkbuster's S1 just because they're super easy. Oh, my timing was off there as much as I like to blame Kabam there. I think that was probably my timing, hit into the block. Thankfully, I did not get punished there. So I know, so let's get a little mean on this guy now and finish that fight off nice and easy. Easy breezy. Rolling on down, on up to Scarlet Witch now. Knowing Scarlet Witch will occasionally do those little poison thingies on fighting her, I figured A-Bomb will be good for 2 reasons. 1, he is going to be poison immune, so if she tries to poison me, ain't gonna bother me. Number 2, a class advantage, 2 for 1. Win-wins, right? And tried a Dex that the thing didn't seem to work. Dex seems to be a little off, and oh wow. As you've seen me take several issues with the parry not working right, there the Dex was just off on it. That was probably me. I don't know if that was the. You get to a point you don't even know what's you and what's the game after a while. So whatever, my Dex was off there, and I took that hit on the S1, which is normally a really easy one to Dex. So I feel a little silly there, but so be it. Too bad because A-Bomb could have been very well, but I did decide to go ahead and supplement to finish off this fight with Iceman. Big reason I chose him again was mainly because of his poison immunity in case she started trying to poison me. Looking at that Winter Soldier now. So I go rotate back into Odin. Like I said, Red Guardian, I only brought for synergy with A-Bomb due to my Dex mishap, we'll call it. My A-Bomb is out, so that really leaves me with 3 champs. And now I try to parry, and I took a pummeling right there. I mean, I go back and forth or where the bugs come up on this. Sometimes I'll play for hours and not even notice any parry or Dex bugs. During this, I've been having numerous issues. Numerous. Anyway, and it's inconsistent. If you know if it's going to happen, that's cool. You can plan around it. I'm trying to keep a pretty casual play style for those of you who are at this level, but Kabam and their bugs is not making it easy for me. I probably should have just launched chained an S1 to that combo to finish that fight, but oh well. Let's go ahead and hit him with my trident to wrap that one up. Going on to our vision. Looking at who I want to use. My Odin got low. He's taken a few more hits than he probably should have during this quest. So I'll go in and stick with Angela here. Angela's really safe. Even as this 4-star, you'll see if you watch my 5.1.1 and from what you see in my 5.1.2, completely dominates. She's gotten a lot of love after the buff, but even with all the love she's got, I still think she's a bit underappreciated. I mean, she's insane. Even my 4-stars we see can completely dominate content. You should see if you haven't, be sure to check out some of my videos of my R3 6-star Angela. Ooh, let me tell you, that is some fun. Alright, let's try to get to our little teleport portal. One more fight before the boss. Got Howard the Duck. Any of y'all ever seen that old 80s movie Howard the Duck? That silly theme song, Howard the Duck. Okay, horrible movie. So, special 1 is unblockable. That's the big thing we want to see on this node. So be careful with his S1. Other than that, should be pretty simple. I do normally like to bait out the S1 on Howard the Duck. If you don't know what I mean by baiting or how to bait, watch my tips and tricks video. Go to my playlist tips and tricks. Look at my video about some different baiting styles or tips and tricks. I have one that talks about things like baiting specials, baiting heavy blocks, things like that. You would want to watch that video, by the way. You see my S1 dexed right there. Keep in mind that S1 is easy to dex. Get back and just go away, and down goes Howard the Duck. Boom chakalaka. And now we're getting ready for the boss fight. So now on this boss, we got a Moon Knight. Moon Knight should be pretty simple, ain't too worried. Main thing is watch the timing on his S1. If anything, just take the block damage if needed. No special nodes or anything going on here, I believe. I decided to use Iceman. Only real reason I use Iceman was the class advantage. No other real reason. I figured also maybe just in case he starts, sometimes on those full moons he starts doing some evadiness. I figured the Cold Snap can stop that too, just in case. The other reason I used him, probably not needed. I got him already up at the S2, so go ahead and dex that out. Start doing some smackety dap kiki doo along on there. Got that S1 dexed out. Oops, missed on my. I have not been doing too good on my dex specials in this one, have I? Anyway, I think that one would be the first one. First issue we saw with A-Bomb. I'm not 100% sure where that fault was. That one was me right now. I just missed him. I messed up the timing on his S1 a lot, but doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Easy fight. 5.1 bosses are pretty simple. They do get harder, trust me. But in the meantime, getting you through the walkthroughs, keeping it simple. So I'm hoping you're liking the walkthroughs. Let me know. Going back to work on some of this Act Bomb to help y'all get Uncollected. Something new I'm trying, so let me know if it's helping you. Be sure to click the top left icon, subscribe to Mcoc, Al Bundy Rules, turn those notifications on. Remember, I got a little something for everyone, so check my content, check my playlist, easy to find.